News is brought to you by viewers like you. Thanks for your support.
Hey everybody, about that response to the last video blog, can I just say, wow? Okay, so here we are, 2 of 3 video blogs as promised, and I'm a little nervous, which is why I'm wringing my hands down here, about the subject of today's video, which is money. I don't know why it makes me uncomfortable to talk about, maybe because I'm afraid of a terrible backlash, or maybe because I have childhood issues about money. Either way, it doesn't matter. That's what I'm talking about today. What got me thinking about this is the debate around the answer to the problem of newspapers and magazines going bankrupt, but giving away all of their content for free online. And it's a problem that all the brainiacs have been trying to solve for a while. One thing that I read recently was the idea of micropayments. The idea that they're throwing around is that, you would pay tiny amounts, like 10 cents or something for an article, and then you would have like an account and you wouldn't have to pay until it hits like $5 or something. Anyway, the point being, there are pros and cons and people who say it'll work and people who say it'll never work, and all of this hand-wringing about what the future of journalism is and how it can be a profitable model. And I don't want to be so presumptuous as to paint myself in a class anywhere near the big media companies. But what got me thinking is just that there is value in the show that I do. I don't have self-esteem issues. Why would you say that? The fact that I'm choking on a sentence talking about the value in my show. No self-esteem issues here. Anyway, let me get off the therapist's couch here for a second. I'd like to get your thoughts because here's the thing. I've been doing news with Brian for 1.5 years now, and it's 2 people, and it's essentially a full-time job. And when we were doing 5 episodes a week, it was more than a full-time job. And it's, to be honest, an unsustainable model to continue to do the show forever without earning some income from it, which sounds really rude to say that because it's just like, well, hey, you're just making videos on the internet. On the one hand, yes, I am just making videos on the internet. But on the other hand, I am a trained and educated journalist. And while I happen to be doing a comedy hybrid of a journalistic pursuit, I do work very hard on this. It's not just home videos of the dogs, which I would certainly not expect to be compensated for, but that would be awesome. They're tired. They don't want to be. Yeah. Anyway, that isn't something that you should get paid for. I'm not necessarily saying that news is something that I ought to be getting paid for right now. Maybe it is. Maybe it's not. I won't say that the show itself is not its own reward, because obviously it is, or I wouldn't keep doing it. I love creating this show. I have a lot of fun doing it. I love interacting with the viewers of the show. I love the response that I get from people, and all of that is fantastic, and that's why I've been doing news for 1.5 years now, not making an income on it. The thing is, how much longer can this keep going? I guess what I would be interested in hearing from you guys about is what sort of a model you think would be ideal for making the production of news something that can go on indefinitely. Or is there even a solution to that? Is it just, well, keep doing it as long as you want, and when you don't want, don't do it anymore? I think if I could earn some sort of meager or modest living from doing news, I would be just delighted. I'm not asking for bazillions of dollars. That's not the point of this. We do have revenue sharing and partnership agreements already in place with a lot of the websites where we publish the news, but there's a significant gap between that and paying the rent. not to diminish those relationships. Okay, so I don't want to keep going on and on about this because, as you know, I am really uncomfortable about it, but I would love to pick your brains because you guys are awesome. I mean that. I was really bowled over by a lot of the feedback that you guys left on the last video because I just have the best viewers. You guys are thinkers and champions, and I mean it. You. Yes, you. And I can't wait to see what you have to say about this. As long as it's not mean.
Come on now.
Because really, I'm not trying to be greedy here. I'm just trying to figure out a practical solution to being compensated for goods and services. Right?